This is the Rossi Sashimi Light under the pretty lights. It's a little bit narrower sashimi, just like the sushi light. And you can see just massive nose, real small tail. Basically take the sushi, stretch it out, and as it stretches out, it gets a little narrower, but still is very much like in the XV line. It's kind of the in-betweener between the sushi and the actual XV that's been around forever that we love here. You know, and you have this. And let's layer down here. You can just see there's a lot of taper going on. So, you know, with boards like these, you have to be wary of the tail width more than you do the waist width when sizing to your boots. And let's get into that in a second, but first you can see this camber profile. It just kind of starts right there. Thanks for spelling it out for me. Right after the binding inserts, and then goes to a long rocker into a big nose and just tiny little tail. Camber almost all the way to the tail. Seems like right to the tail. So it's a very set back camber ride, and you can see there's a decent bow underfoot. Now let's talk about that. Readers want me to show them the width under the inserts, so I'm doing it. 25/7. You ask, and if I can, you will receive. And 25/5. 25/4, 25/5. So pretty narrow on the back foot. Especially check out the on the table review of the sashimi, the regular. But then look at the front foot. You're looking at like 27/4, 27/5-ish. And then you're looking at like almost 29 off that front one, like 28/9, 29. And you really see it coming in right there. You also have 5 inserts on the back and 6 on the front. Little more than the sushi, which is 4 on the back and 6 on the front. But definitely they want your foot more in a normal spot. Now, if you want to set this back in powder, you know, you're looking at taking this all the way back at, you know, 21.25 inches back, using traditional disc bindings. You could go a little further back with mini disc, but with traditional disc, you're looking at 21.25 inches wide. And then, but the difference between nose to the back insert and the tail between the back insert is 11.5 inches, meaning 5.75 inches back from center of board, which is a lot. I mean, that is just massive. And you can kind of see what this would look like, you know, if I'm the smallest guy in the world, in my arms or my legs. This is what the Sashimi Light looks like set all the way back. Lots of float. This tail, it's funny, I felt this really narrow tail a lot more with the Sashimi Light and sashimi, because I don't know what it was, but it just felt like it didn't flow as easy as the sushi, but it didn't buck around as much as the sushi. So, you know, give or take here and there. Then you also have got this, you know, base. The bases, we didn't really wax them, but gave them a little rub on. They were sticking in the ugly summer conditions, but, you know, I've ridden these in all conditions, especially the sashimi, and it's got good glide to it. Not great. There are definitely a lot of other boards out there with faster bases, but, you know, it's on the mid, upper mid, you know, kind of like just a little bit past mid. No real massive lows, no real highs either, but with a good waxing, it keeps its speed pretty well. And one last thing to show you is the light frame technology. You can kind of see it's kind of like the sushi, you know, see, pull a flashlight away, put it back up, and then there's another little set right here, and then another little set along here, you know. So not as much light frame as the Sushi, but you know, there's definitely some dampening properties there, and it's a very damp board for its flex. So that's kind of cool. So there you have it, the Sashimi light under the pretty lights.